Down to the bricks again. I'm dreaming about bricks. As time's moved on, the bricks have moved. So I'm actually going to get some timber wedges and just not too much, not to go mad, but wedge them in the gaps so we haven't got any movement of the ballast. I think that's a wise decision, especially the thing was, as the water's been leaking into the subfloor, the rust has fused the bricks onto the base plate, so it wasn't moving then. So I suppose it did it good in that sense, but the rust shouldn't be there. I know how the formation was now, and if I just film that, at least I know that I can come back to it and yeah, just get the info and make sure that the layout's right. Just before I start though, you can see the difference, look, in the new, it is a bit dusty now, the new flooring to the old. John recommended some wood merchant about 3 mile from here, but typical Birmingham, 3 mile takes you about 3 hours to get to. So it's like being on a canal boat actually. So the wood merchant, I went there. I'll put a clip on there now. The woodwork guy who's next to me spotted some of this wood, class 2 plywood, says it's laminated both sides in like a mahogany, says it's pretty good, and that's a class 2, £35 a sheet. It's got to be worth it. What do you think? It looked like it did the job. When I've read on forums and stuff, it says to use class 2 or class 3 is the optimum, but 80-90 quid a sheet, that's just ridiculous. So give it a bit of a waterproofing coat, or that should hopefully sort things out. I've looked at the measurements. I'll turn the camera around because it's sick. Do you know, I love this blind. I'm going to be sad to see it go. Not. I'm going to turn it around because you're sick of seeing my face. So I've measured the wooden beams and they're 6 foot, and there's easily, where's my tape measure? Oh, there it is. The gap after the beam is about 3 inches, no, 2.5 I'd say. 2 inches. So I'm going to cut my boards 6'2". How about that? It's exactly my height. I'm going to cut, my knee was creaking then. I'm going to cut them 6'2". I'm going to start that end, I think. So I'll show you a little bit of what I've done here. So there were some boards just here, I think, under this bulkhead, which I've managed to break free, cutting very accurately around the bulkhead. I've managed to free underneath. They're not shaking too bad. And I've cut this bit out so far. So a 4 foot board can cover over 2 beams. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'm going to need 13 boards, and I can cut one in half and slot that in at the end. So all I need to do is scrape away that sticky panel there, unscrew the steps off, and then I can get to the cupboards, take the cupboards out and take the floor out. My only thing then is the calorifier. So these bad boys, I haven't got a clue, to be honest, about these. I'm hoping I'll find out how big that calorifier is, what make it is, and everything about it. Okay, so I've measured the 2 doors. There is 4 foot on a diagonal, which means I could probably get it in from the front of the boat. Oh, I honestly don't know. I'm not 100% too sure. I think I can. Only thing is, I've got to take off that tunnel light, that framework, which the bottom bar anyway that fixes onto the well deck is snapped. So I was going to ask John if he could make me a new one. And I've got some new plastic at home for the frame, but it has got to come off, and it means the cratch cover's got to come off as well. I didn't really want to do that, but I'd rather put down 4-foot boards than 2-foot. Things haven't gone as planned today. Now, I brought the staircase that I made at home to put in that gap, which is 2 foot wide, where the stairs are currently at the moment. So that gap there is 2 foot wide. Now, what I forgot, or what I should have taken into consideration, is the smaller gap there. So the frame is actually a few inches smaller. The frame makes the gap a few inches smaller. I don't know what I'm going to do, is my honest answer. There's some rethinking. Oh, what a pain. What a pain, what a pain. That set me back. Alright, let's get cracking. The steps, they're not going to go on until something moves, goes away. So, I thought the easiest thing would be this frame. A bit drastic. I know, it's drastic, but that should be enough room now to get the steps in. So I'm going to put the steps in here, get down there, get as many of the boards out as I can, and then put the steps in and see how we'll get on. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. The steps are no longer there. Bit of a drop there. Oh, that was heavy. So I put a towel on the side so I didn't scratch this side of the boat. You can see how much rust there is in this boat. It's crazy, isn't it? So I've stripped out right to the back of the boat now. I've made a complete balls up of the steps. I can't remember if I said, but I took the frame out thinking that the steps that I built would fit in, and they don't, by about 3mm. So luckily the guy next door has got a workshop, like I said, and he's building me some steps. We should have just done that in the first place. I've worked out how the calorifier works, so I need to drain that. I'm going to try and suspend it if I can on a shelf or something a little bit higher, so I can get underneath to scrape the rust, or Shell can, either one of us, depends who's working on it. And that's pretty much as far as I've gone at the minute. Car's going in for a clutch repair tomorrow. It's like the third time it's gone into the garage. So it's there all day. So I might see if I can get a taxi here tomorrow, then a taxi back to work or home to see to the dogs, and then come back again, see if I can have a second stint, and then get my car. Who knows, but I don't really want to waste tomorrow if I can get away with it. Right, I think that's going to be it for today. I can only do a few hours because I've got to go back to work. Hello folks, back again. So today's progress so far, let's turn the camera around. There's about 160 bricks left altogether. So I've started to stack them up outside, and now I've only got a few rows left. The wall of chin has grown again. There's more bricks. So there's about 200 and some odd there now. But what that means is there's 200 and some odd bricks less on the boat. Most of the rust is in this section now. The waste wasn't connected properly to the sinks, so it would have just been pouring out, and if the boat was leaning to the port side, it would have just been leaning out to the back of the cupboards, and would have just fell at the back, down the back of the floor and onto the floor. So I reckon that's what that is. It's just excess water that's just leaked out the back. Back again with my trusted friend We're doing some scraping today. Again. Right then, folks. I think that's it for today. Oh God, kills you wearing them masks. My face again. It's because of my sensitive skin. That's why. Right. So I've managed to scrape all the back section apart from the calorifier. Let's show you. There we go. All nice and clean for the back tan. Apart from the pen. If you didn't hear me say that because I nearly fell over. Apart from the pen. Well, this section all cleaned out. And I got most of this done. I just need to sort out that calorifier. I think what I might try and do is use as much vac tan as I can, and I'm hoping that it will get me to this last section here, last but one should I say, and then I don't know whether to paint all this section then. So paint all this section and leave the part with the calorifier. So do these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. Get it all painted. Get the bricks back in, so the weights back on the boat, so to speak, at the back end. And then take up the board and drain the calorifier first, should I say. I suppose it makes me nervous about breaking something, or not something working again when I put it back together. But I've done that throughout my whole life, actually. I've always enjoyed taking things apart and putting them back together. It's good fun. Apart from when I was 2 and I took my 2 or 3 and I took my dad's hi-fi stack system apart, which he wasn't too impressed about when he come back from work and saw me with a screwdriver and the hi-fi all over the place. But there we go. At least I didn't get electrocuted. Must have known what I was doing straight from that age. Right, that's it then. We're done. Ta-ra for a bit.